Hello students, welcome back. We are in Unit 5 under Algebra Number Theory. Classical Theorems and Multiplicative Functions is the title of Unit 5. And now we are in Lecture 3. So Lecture 3 is again coming under Wilson Theorem. So we'll be discussing problem under Wilson Theorem. So let's get into the presentation. So before getting on to the presentation, I'll just give a small recap of what we had earlier studied in lecture 1 and lecture 2. So lecture 1, I had given you a small introduction about the unit, classical theorems and multiplicative functions, and the statement and proof of Wilson theorem. And lecture 2, we had discussed few short problems which comes under self-invertible and Wilson theorem and congruences powers. Now in lecture 3, we have a problem which is very to be discussed. It's quite lengthy, so kindly pay attention from the first slide. So let's get on to the problem. Find the remainder of 51 factorial when divided by 61. So Wilson theorem states that when p is a prime number, p minus 1 factorial is congruent to minus 1 mod p. This is the statement of Wilson theorem. So divided by 61. So 61 is a prime number. So hence we can apply the Wilson theorem. So now here p is equal to 61. So p is equal to 61. So 61 minus 1 factorial is congruent to minus 1 mod 61. So 60 factorial is congruent to minus 1 mod 61. Now how can I write 60 factorial? 60 starting from 1 to 60 I can write, right? So from 1, 2, 3 so on up till 60 I can write. This is how we write factorial numbers. But just imagine for 60 factorial, if I'm going to start from 1, it is going to be a very tedious process for me. So what do? I will start from 60 to 51. 10 numbers. So how am I proceeding? So 60 cross 59 cross so on 58, 57, 56 etc. till 51 factorial. Okay, which is congruent to minus 1 mod 61. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to keep this 51 factorial as such. Okay, I'll tell you the procedure what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep this 51 factorial as such and I'm going to find the congruence for 60, then 59, then 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52. Okay, so this is how I'm going to proceed. So first let me start with 60. So if I'm going to write 60, congruent minus 1 mod 61. How did I get this minus 1? Because it is 60 is 1 short of 61. 1 short in the sense less than that. So it's going to be remainder is minus 1. So if it's 61, I can write the remainder as 0 here. But since it is not 61, it's only 60 and it's moreover it is 1 short of the number which is going to be divided. So I'm writing it as minus 1. Hope you understood. Now let's move on to 59. So how to write 59? 59 is congruent to minus 2 I'm writing. Why? Because 59 is 2 short of 61. Right? So that's why it is 2 short in the sense I'm writing minus 1. Okay. So let's continue in the next slide. So now how will I write 58? 58 is 3 short of 61. Right? 59, 60, 61. 3 numbers. So minus 3. Now what is 57? 57 is minus 4 short of 61. Correct? Now what is 56? 56 is 5 short of 61. So I'm writing it as minus 5 here. Now again 55. 55 can be written as minus 6 of mod 61. Then 54 is minus 7 mod 61. And what is 53? 53 is minus 8 mod 61. Then 52 is congruent to minus 9 mod 61. That is 9 short of 61. So as I told you, I had returned that 60 factorial as starting from 60, 59, 58, 57, etc. till 52 I told you. Then I will write 51 factorial. Right? Now, you know what was the remainder for 60? The remainder for 60 was minus 1. Remainder was for 59 was minus 2. And the remainder for 58 is minus 3. And then minus 4. Then minus 5. Etc. Till minus 9. That is what I had written here. Starting from minus 1 into minus 2 into minus 3 and so on. Stopping at minus 9. For 52. Till 52 I had got the reminders. Now 51 factorial, I didn't do anything to 51 factorial. I just kept that 51 factorial as such. But whereas from 60 factorial, I had reduced till 51 factorial, which is congruent to minus 1 mod 61. So now if I am going to multiply all these numbers from minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on to minus 9, you can make a use of help of your calculator and get the value. The value is minus 3,62,880. I'm getting a negative sign because 9 numbers are there. So 51 factorial. So minus 1 mod 61. So now what do I do? In this side, the left hand side and the right hand side of the congruent symbol carries minus sign. So I can write it as 3,62,880 51 factorial is congruent to 1 mod 61. Got it? Now this is going to be 51 factorial, which is congruent to 1 mod 61. Now what is that actually? It is just nothing but 52. So the remainder is 52 by 61. If I'm going to divide this 3,62,880 by 61, it's just 52. So now let's move on. So finally, my 60 factorial has been broken as 60, 59, 58, etc. till 51 factorial. So from 60 to 52, I had found out the reminders. All the numbers carried a negative value because they were short of that modulo number. Multiplied all the numbers and I got a value which is a huge value, 3,62,880. And that when divided by 61, I landed up with 52. Now finally, I'm having 52 cross 51 factorial, which is congruent to 1 mod 61. So let's get on to the next slide. Now, how will I write that 51? Okay, sorry, this is a repeated. So it's going to be 52 cross 51 factorial, which is congruent to 1 mod 61. Name it as a second equation. Now, what I'm going to do here, we have to find out the inverse of 52 modulo 61. We are going to find the inverse of that. So by division algorithm, you know how to write the inverse of these equations using division algorithm. So division algorithm, a small recap of division algorithm. Dividend is equal to the product of quotient into the divisor plus the remainder. I'm repeating. Dividend is equal to the product of quotient into the divisor plus the remainder. So when I divide 61, okay, dividend by 52 or by 61, okay, by 52, sorry, the remainder is 9 and into the quotient one time. So this is how I just write the reverse one after the other. Then 52 can be written as, when I'm seeing what will happen in the next step, the division algorithm says that the divisor will get transformed into the dividend. The divisor will get transformed into the dividend. It will come in the dividend position and the remainder will become the divisor. Okay. So when I divide 52 upon 9, so I'll be getting 5 times it goes. 9 5s are 45 and the remainder is 7. And again, what was the divisor here? Okay, the divisor here was 9. So 9 will become the dividend now and 7 was the remainder. the remainder 7 will be acting as your divisor now. So when I divide 9 over 7, okay, it just goes one time and my remainder is 2. So I can write 9 as 7 into 1 plus 2. Again, take the 7 as your dividend now. Treat the remainder 2 as your divisor. Now when I divide 7 upon 2, I'll be getting 3 times it goes and the remainder is 1. So till I get my remainder as 1, I just keep doing those steps again and again. So just to make things simpler, we are just converting this into a inverse process, and after getting 1, you know what to do. You do it as a reverse thing. Again, you rewrite the equations in a reverse order. So how can I write 1? I can write 1 as 7 minus 2 into 3. Okay, so this is how I just do it. And then go back. So 7 minus 2 into 3, right? The 2 can be written as 9 minus 7. Likewise, just multiplying it. 3 times of 9, 4 times of 7. How did I get 4 times of 7? 7 minus 3 times of 9. Minus into minus is plus. 3 times of 7. So 3 times of 7 I'll be having, and I have 1 time of 7. So 1 time of 7 and 3 times of 7 will constitute 4 times of 7. Clear? So slowly you start substituting the reverse process one by one. And how did I get 7? Replace it. 52 minus 9 into 5. Simplify it. And again simplify it. Okay. Finally, I'm landing up with 27 cross 52 congruent 1 mod 61. So 27 is the inverse of 52 mod 61. So what was the second equation? We had second equation is 51 factorial. So 51 factorial in the same sense, we'll be multiplying 27 into 52 cross 51 is equal to 27 cross 1 mod 61. That is, I'm multiplying 27 on both sides. Clear? Because I had found out the inverse of 52 was 27. So I had multiplied 27 on both sides. So 52 177 is going to be 51 factorial, and 27 into 1 will give you 71. So therefore 21 is the remainder of 51 factorial when divided by 61. So hence the end of the problem. I hope you understood. This you can try it, same concept, same methods. Find the remainder for 97 factorial when it is divided by 101. So 101 is a prime number. So again we can go ahead with the Wilson theorem. P minus 1 factorial is congruent to minus 1 mod p, etc. Just try to simplify it. Try to bring it as a closer factorial number and repeat the same steps. You will get the answer. Thank you so much for watching.